6:06. I got up at 4 in the morning just so I could come in and record this nonsense. Because I got stuff to do for work too, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's get started with the show. So, today, first of all, let me just say something. Time is the most valuable resource that you have. Don't ever forget that. Okay? My day, let me tell you about my day. And I woke up an extra half hour early today, 4 o'clock in the morning instead of 4:30 to prep for work because I got to drive. I got to shower. I got to do all that good stuff, right? Make the coffee, get set up. And I've got all sorts of stuff I got to plan for today at work as well. Lesson planning, okay? How I'm going to deal with my classes. I'm going to be teaching my classes outside because the weather is supposed to be gorgeous. So I get up before my family's up, out the door, all day at work, teaching. I love teaching, love my job. But then you drive home, you get home, you haven't seen your kids all day. It's getting close to dinner time. Spend time with the family. You eat dinner. Then I put Levi to bed. It depends if it's a bath night. So if it's a bath night, then we got to do bath for the kids. Then I put Levi to bed because I barely get to spend time with him since he goes to bed earlier. I do his bedtime routine, right? So I can spend time with him. Put Levi to bed. As soon as I come out, Candyland. We're playing Candyland. So my Noah, my other son, he's got Candyland available. And this is our new thing now. We play Candyland nonstop. And so I don't know if you remember the game. You got to go across the board and you've got the various, it's like color based. So you draw a color card, right? It's good for kids that don't know complicated rules yet. Anyway, his thing is because they have like little candies that are on the board. So it's like the gumdrops or the lollipop or whatever. If you draw that card, you're supposed to go to that spot. Well, sometimes we'll get really close to winning. And then you draw one of the candies at the beginning of the board and you get reset. You have to go all the way back down. And he doesn't like that, obviously. And I'm trying to teach him by the rules. So, yeah, that's always a fun event. But he's gotten into this thing now where he picks out a single one. He's like, okay, only the gumdrops go into the deck. All the other candies get pulled out, right? And then he'll make a gamble with me. And he says, we'll see who gets it. And if it benefits them or it sets them back. So anyway, play that, right? Keep in mind, there's dishes in the sink. The table needs to be cleared. We need to vacuum. I have to feed the dogs. I have to fold the laundry. But I'd rather spend time with my kids first. So then, when Noah goes to bed, 7:30, 8 o'clock, we got chores. Now, at this point, it'll depend on whether or not I actually can stay awake, right? But if I can, then it's chore time. Or if I just don't have the mental capacity, right? And I take my own time. And then I usually fall asleep on the couch because I literally have no energy left waking up at 4:30 most mornings to fall asleep, go to bed, and then you wake up and do it again. So, you're welcome. Anyway, value your time. Especially the older you get, you're going to realize that. People think money has the highest value. Anytime you want to make money, you're changing your time out for money. You gotta value your time. You can't get it back. All right. We got a package. So this, and I may not have packages that I'm opening for a little while just because we got taxes coming up and we've got, my wife and I are trying to refinance the house at the moment just because there's better interest rates and whatnot. So, yeah, everything takes time, including Pokemon shows. All right, somebody wrote my name on the envelope. Interesting. All right. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. They gave me an actual little thank you note. Okay. So this person runs a company. And I got from them a collection that I'm definitely trying to work on right now, which is the Amazing Rares. And I picked up 2 of these because even though they're not super difficult to pull, so if you get a Vivid Voltage booster box, I believe the pull rate on these is like 2 per booster box, or at least that's very close to the average. So there's a total of, is it 6 of them in Vivid Voltage and 3 of them in the new Shining Fates collection. Well, the issue is you can't find product anywhere, and I don't want to pay the balloon prices to open up an entire booster box of Vivid Voltage on camera just to try to get these. So it's much more economical to buy the singles and add them to your collection. So very nice card, nice texturing. And I picked up an extra just because I do think that these are going to go up in value over time. They're a very nice subset and a nice art pattern. And I will have one that I keep in my binder for trades, and then one will go into my actual personal collection. I'm looking at them. I think they look about equal. So this one, actually, the centering's slightly off on the front, and then this one, of course, it's slightly off on the back. So I have to pick between the two. I'd probably rather have the centering better on the front for my personal collection. So this will be personal, and this one will go into the binder. Speaking of my binder, we got my spares here, guys. Lots of extras in my collection. Okay, maybe I'll show you some of these, and we'll go through it. But let me first put my Amazing Rare into my Amazing Rare collection. All right. Can I even find my Amazing Rare collection? Too much stuff going on here. I'll come across it in a few minutes. So anyway, this is part of, now on the next, one of the next pages here, I've got some additional Charizard stuff that didn't fit on the first page. But this is some of the excess Charizard collection. Obviously, I do not have any of the old school WotC cards here. I've got my own base set collection with the holos complete from 1999. So the original Charizard from that set is in that exclusive binder for the 99 set. And then I also have the Dark Charizard that I picked up. That one's on display in my personal collection right now. So these are some of the extras that I picked up. This one I like a lot. This is the, let me take some of them out. This is the one from the Generation subset. So this card, and this is actually an uncommon, it's not even rare. I never thought that this would go up the way that it did back when I pulled these. And I actually pulled a couple of these back in the day. I had 2 of them, and I sold one recently to help complete my base set collection. But this was part of the 20th anniversary subset. And you can see the snowflake pattern that's holographic on there. It's actually got very nice art. Okay? And this card has gone up a lot for a promo card. So in decent condition, and mine is, because I never actually played with this, it just went into the collection. These can easily run between like $30 to $50. And that's interesting for a promo card, because promo cards are much easier to obtain. You just buy the box and it's in there. You don't have to actually get the pull from a pack. But this card, I don't know if you can see the date down there. It's 2000. I don't know how well it's going to focus that close, but it's 2017 right here. Okay. So that was when I pretty much dropped off as far as collecting is concerned. So I was collecting up through parts of 2017, and then I stopped until close to the very end of 2020. I was too busy with having young infants, birth of my children. So Noah was born in 2016. But when you've got kids that young, you just don't have time. I still don't have time to be doing this. But, you know, it is what it is. So this was actually a mail order. But this is a reprint of the original Charizard in the Evolution set. So this was again part of the 20th anniversary. This is the Evolutions set is one of the most heavily, it is the most heavily printed card set. So they did reprints. I remember seeing Evolution still in stores, even when I wasn't collecting in like 2019, early 2020. And it's crazy because after the market boom hit, you just couldn't find Evolution on store shelves anymore. And it was literally, I remember, it was like pouring off the shelves in 2016. Guys, if I could go back, hindsight's always 2020. These booster boxes, you used to be able to pick them up at local card shops for like $75, $80. They were printed to oblivion. There were so many of them that they had trouble selling them at retail price. So everybody was hyped at first because they were like, oh my God, reprints of the original set. And then that hype hit, people got back into it, and then they just printed so much of it that people were like, okay, we get it, right? And then they continued to put it into other various tins and boxes and product that they were trying to push. And they were like, hey, we still have Evolutions left from like 4 years ago. We're just going to package and bundle this in here. And people were like, stop giving me Evolutions. I'm tired of seeing the Evolution set. And now Evolution packs are going for like $15 a piece. And the booster boxes are like $800 to $1,000 a piece. If I could go back, I could pay for my mortgage with Evolution packs, with how many they were just falling off the shelves. It was ridiculous. Live and learn. So some of the new sets I'm going to try to hold on to. All right, I've got a whole bunch of the full art Charizard Vs. I do like the art on this. This was from opening multiple Champions Path Elite Trainer boxes. So I opened about 4 of those, and that one is interesting because the Charizard GX I showed you a minute ago, that promo card, that was when I last dropped off in 2017, and this Charizard, which is another promo card, is the first promo card that I got as soon as I got back into collecting at the end of 2020. Champions Path was the first thing that I bought and started opening. So here's another Heartbreaker. I had a couple of these back in the day in very mint condition. This is the only one I have left. This was yet another promo Charizard from the 20th generation. So the 20th generation, the generation set, it was a promo that came with the generation set for the 20th anniversary. This is probably my favorite Charizard card. There might be 1 or 2 others, but it's not particularly super valuable. I mean, given it's a promo, these go for about 40 to 50 in very good condition. Yeah, obviously, if it's graded, it's more. But I love the full art. First of all, I love the pose of Charizard here. And then you've got the Flareon that's down here in the corner. And you've got the Magmar that's up here. So I love, they have the Blastoise and Pikachu. I used to have all 4 of them. But again, when my first son was born, there were parts of my collection I liquidated in order to gain access to some cash. But obviously, certain other parts I kept throughout that period. So this was an eBay order more recently. This is the full art Charizard from the Flash Fire set. Another thing where it's like Flash Fire booster packs. A single booster pack is going for $50 right now. And the sealed booster boxes of 36 packs are going for like $2,500 to $3,000. I remember walking into Target during like the, I don't know, 2014 time, maybe early 2015, and Flash Fire again was literally pouring off the shelves. It was like there was just so much of it, and it was a big deal because it was like Charizard was the main theme for that one, right? So X and Y base set comes out. They had Venusaur and they had Blastoise in that, and then they've got the Charizard come out in the Flash Fire, the next like subset that comes out. And it was popular, but man, you could still get those packs at retail price. You would get, $4 a pack. They're $50 now. 10x return for holding that. It's crazy to think about. So this next page here, I've got some Lucario. I need to fill this part of the collection out more. I need more Lucario cards. So if anybody has Lucarios they're willing to trade that I don't have, let me know. Okay, and I've got a Mew and Mewtwo collection here. So I'm not going to pull all of these out, but the Mew, two cards here. So first of all, the Mewtwo in the center here, that was from the Ultra Premium collection for Generations for the 20th anniversary set. And I remember it came with a Mew and a Mewtwo. And I have the figure, I actually have it right here. Okay, so it came with this figure that's got Mewtwo and Mew with like the shattered rock, which is still one of my favorite figurines to this day. Okay, and then this Mewtwo, it's probably one of my favorite Mewtwo arts. I absolutely love this. This card you can still get fairly affordably. I want to say for like $20 or $25. I think this card is undervalued. It's full art. It's very limited. It came in an expensive set. The set was like $100. I remember eyeing it for the longest time, and I was like, I really like that card art. I don't know if I'm going to drop the money on it. And I finally did. And I held on to certain cards when I liquidated parts of my collection. The Mew, okay, from the Generations like pin box, and then this Mewtwo, I held on to both of those. These are my original copies of those. And I absolutely love this Mewtwo. I like it so much I'd love to pick up like 9 of them and just have a full sheet of that card. So the other one, probably one of the cards that holds the most meaning to me, is this one right here. So this card right here, okay, full art Lucario, actually it's a Mega Lucario, came from the Furious Fists. And I remember that it was, I think it was from Anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. My wife, she got a whole bunch of stuff for me that I liked. And one of the things was a single blister pack of the Furious Fist booster. So there was like a single card pack to open amongst the other gifts that were there. And I remember I opened it, and as far as the set is concerned, this was, outside of like secret rares, this was the hardest card to pull and the most desired card. And I remember opening that pack on my anniversary, and I was like, are you kidding me? I just pulled like the chase card out of the single pack that my wife bought me for my anniversary. So obviously that one has deeper meaning, and that's one of the reasons I never sold that. So yeah, extra Charizards here. So I do have an extra copy of this promo that came in a Charizard bundle I picked up off eBay. So I would probably be willing to sell or trade that at some point. And then you can see my love for Gen 1 and Gen 2 shining through here. I've got the legendary birds from different eras. So down here, this is the black and white era. Pulls from, I think, the Legendary Treasures collection. And then up here, I've got, these were promos that I picked up in a box, but I think they actually came from specific sets, and you could just, sometimes it's actual promo cards, and sometimes they'll take a card from the set and they'll actually put it in the blister, and you can obtain it that way. And then I've got the dogs down here, right? So I've got the 3 from the second gen lining the bottom there. Okay, some extra cards, some Pikachu EVs, and then these Pyroars, man, that are over right here. Okay, the reason I have so many of these is that when I was playing more competitively, this came out in Flashfire, back when the Flashfire set I was talking about that's so expensive now, they came out in Flashfire. Dude, Flashfire, that brought a new level of competitiveness back then. And the Pyroar had an ability that basically said any basic Pokemon cannot do damage to your Pyroar. So if you had an opponent that was relying on EX Pokemon that were all considered basic, if you go up in the top corner where you look at the card and it says basic right there, okay, a lot of people, because EXs were coming out, they would construct decks around EX Pokemon. Well, if your deck primarily contains EX Pokemon, they're all going to be basic Pokemon. And so you could essentially run an invincible deck if you lucked out and you were able to evolve in time, and you were basically up against an opponent that only had basic Pokemon in their deck. It was an automatic win for you. And I remember when I would play on the online card game, people would see that I had that deck, and if they had EX decks, they would just forfeit. They wouldn't even try to go through it. They'd be like, nope, I'm not doing this, because they knew that they had either no evolution-based Pokemon, or they had such a select few that it was going to be very hard to get them up and running by the time I would get Pyroar going, because Pyroar is only a first stage evolution, right? So it's basic. And then Pyroar goes right over top of that. So anyway, that's enough ranting. I'm 20 minutes in. I got other stuff I got to do today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the package opening and a bit of discussion. Reminder to value your time. I'll see you guys next time.